Okay, let's just start with the basic version of Greensleeves. Starting with your middle finger on middle C in this middle octave. Of course, your song starting with your pickup note on A, going into the C and the A minor chord. Going to the C. C again. Going up an octave. I'm going to stop it and expand this a little bit. Alright, starting where we left off, imagine the song, keep going and maybe going up an octave for that last chorus, and even improvising a little bit, and I'll show you how to do that. That wasn't really that good though. Hold on, let me check this again. You see, because you're playing these two notes in sequence, you could change them up a little bit. Play the A first, maybe trill it again. You could trill these two also, the E and the F sharp, going back down to D when you go to this G. And then for an ending you could repeat that F chord. And then even slow it down for the ending. Then end on an A major chord. That A major chord, of course, being the whole chord being that. Okay, there's another way to approach this with the left hand also, and you can incorporate this too. Because the song is basically in 3, it's 6/8, but you can break it down to 3. You could play 3 notes with your left hand arpeggiating. That's basically an A chord, just the A in the low note, the 5th with your forefinger, the E, and the octave A with your thumb. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, kind of that approach. And then if you play it up here, it sounds like this. I made a slight mistake with my right hand, but I'll continue. Oh. Let's just do that again without making mistakes. Going to the C. about that. Of course, again, you can play around with the E and the F. I keep forgetting to go to the F near the end. That's very important. E, A major to end it. I know you can barely see my pinky there, but it's just playing the A octave, so actually it's a good thing to work on all these kind of major chords. I mean, you could play every one. You play the first note, the A, the third, the fifth, and the octave. The only two you play between the octave harmony is the third and the fifth. This is the major third. You could do it in every key. You could start out with B flat. Then you go to B. This is just an exercise. It's not in reference to Greensleeves. The C, C sharp, D, D sharp or E flat, E, F, F sharp, all black notes, G, all white notes, G sharp, A again. That's very important. Then to make that minor, what you do is you take the third. It's all about the third when changing major to minor. You gotta change that major to a minor by changing the third, usually with your forefinger. That's minor. B flat minor. B minor. C minor. C sharp minor, D minor, all white notes, as opposed to D major. D sharp or E flat major, or minor rather, all black notes. E minor, white notes. F minor, a black note instead of a white note for the minor. F sharp minor, G minor, G sharp minor or A flat minor, and A minor. So those things are good things to work on. Now back to Greensleeves. I'm showing you how to play it with these things. And you can mix this up a bit. I mean, you could start out with the basic approach. Also on this beginning thing, my fingers tend to change sometimes. The best way to probably approach this first phrase is by tucking your thumb under. I know sometimes I don't, you know, sometimes just as long as you're hitting the notes is the most important thing, but sometimes you get into bad habits with fingering and it could lead you astray. You might want to try to approach it like this generally. A little mistake there, sorry. Going to the 3 approach. See, that's a little walk up. Go into the C. You could do play an A flat chord, or not a chord, a note, and then everything, it's white notes all the way up, ending on the E, and then skipping right to G when you need to get to the C chord. So it's something like this. And as a general rule, when you're going to play a black note, it's usually never played with the thumb. Very rarely, unless you're tripping or something like that. But not on drugs or anything, but I mean tripping, meaning going like that. That's very rare though. You should really concentrate on playing black notes with only your long fingers, because if you have to use your thumb, then it really throws you off a bit. Thumb is generally reserved for white notes. So to do this little run up, I would start with this note, with this finger, forefinger on the black note, and then go into your thumb on the white note, and then crossing under, and then being on the C when you get up to the G part. You could play the G with either your pinky or your ring finger. I think in this case I'm going to play with my ring finger. Don't have time to do anything there because you want to get right to that G. Coming up to an ending, do the F again. Let me do that again, playing it right. Slowing it down for dramatic purposes. Then playing single notes on the A major chord at the end. And then letting it ring out at the end, you know, for a big finish. So I mean, that's a way you can approach Greensleeves also. Okay, I hope this helped.